Hey guys, I hope you're good. In the last video you saw me doing a 13-hour solo cruise across London. I was exhausted by the end of it. I woke up really early the next day, but when I went to start the boat up, both of my batteries were completely dead. My starter and my leisure battery. There was a passing boat and I tried to flag them down to help, but they refused to stop. I had to walk up and down the towpath and all of the boats were completely locked up. I saw a second boat coming and asked if they would give me a jump start, but they said no. At this point I got really upset and I started to cry. A couple of minutes later those people did turn back and come to give me a jump start, but they were on a wide beam and my jump leads didn't reach to their battery. As they were leaving, somebody else was passing and I flagged him down and asked if he would stop to help, but again he said no. I know I make these videos and I might come across as quite confident, but actually in real life I'm not like that at all. I find it very, very difficult to speak to strangers, and when you ask people for help and they refuse, it makes it so much harder to ask the next person. I'm filming this intro sometime after all of this actually happened. I did film an intro at the time, but I don't think I want to share all of it with you. I will show you some of it though. And I try to put a positive spin onto everything for my videos, but at the moment I can't do it. Honestly, I just feel like leaving the boat here and not coming back for a very long time. By that point I was completely out of options, so I rang the River Canal Rescue, their breakdown service for boats. They arrived in about 90 minutes and got me started again. I have a free membership with them through my insurance, but I still had to pay quite a hefty call-out fee. The engineer said that my batteries and my alternator were both foobarred, and not to turn the engine off because I wouldn't get it started again without another jump. I wasn't exactly feeling confident about the journey, and to top things off, it was really windy. I should have felt great to be boating through such iconic canal scenery, and I kept pointing things out that should be bringing me joy, but all that I could do was just focus on steering the boat. I felt like crap, to be honest. I was shivering even though it wasn't cold. I would have given anything just to be able to get back into bed. I still wanted to make a nice video though, and that was helping to take my mind off of things. I felt stupid that I had only left 2 days to do the journey rather than allowing for extra time. I felt really stupid that I decided to go somewhere so far from home rather than just making things easier on myself and going to a boatyard that was much closer. There were a few times the previous day I didn't think I was going to make it. I'd already paid the boatyard in advance and I can't afford to lose that money. You can see from the wind turbine on that boat just how strong the gusts were. We might even be seeing some more of that boat in a future video. I would not mind living there, as long as the neighbours were nice. And that house is looking very Venetian. If we're ever allowed to travel again, it is on my bucket list. Nutcracker! I love imagining the stories behind boat names. Some of my neighbours had done this journey recently, and because they spoke so highly of Uxbridge Boat Centre, that's why I decided to book with them too. I do know the way, but things look quite different when you're down on the water. And I had asked if the route was clearly signposted. Viewer, it was not. So it was a bit of a relief to see a landmark that I recognised. How cute is this boat? I was really starting to feel confident by now. Even though the wind was blowing lots of dust in my eyes, I was not going to be put off. I had this. I did 12 locks yesterday, my first tunnels. Today I'm going to do my first aqueduct, and the batteries dying wasn't great, but they are old, and the most important thing was that my engine hadn't let me down. I was feeling like a real boater. This journey, of course, would have been much easier with crew, but social distancing rules didn't really allow that, and I felt that I needed to prove to myself that I didn't need the help, and I could do it on my own. This area is Park Royal. It's quite an industrial part of West London. It's not too far from where I grew up. There are some baby geese with their parents, and we might be seeing more of them again later. Because just as I passed these boats, my engine started to overheat. Here I am, going over my first ever aqueduct, coasting because I can't put the boat into gear. I feel my heart sink to the bottom of the canal. I still filmed it for you though. It was here that my engine died, and I was left drifting in the middle of the canal, feeling utterly helpless, fighting back more tears. I felt so alone. But then, as I was contemplating having to drown myself in Park Royal, of all places, another boat cruised towards me, and an angel, who looked a bit like Billy Bragg, saved the day. My saviour tied my boat to his and insisted on towing me back to where his family were mooring with a group of boaters, and the geese who we saw earlier. Not only that, he arranged for one of his friends to tow me all the way to Uxbridge the next day. I called the boatyard to explain what had happened, and they told me that that was fine, and as long as I arrived by Tuesday morning at the latest, I could still be craned out and get my work done. A few moments earlier, I was at rock bottom, but now I've been given hope. These people had restored my faith in the boating community. I moored up that night feeling safe and no longer alone. We were going to do this. Join me next time to see if my boat makes it to the boatyard on time. Thank you for watching.